Hello everyone who has woken up really early to try to catch an empty square. It has to be me, Svetlana Mucha, and I'm the leading matchmaker and dating coach at Diolli.com. Filming outside of Kharkov without my operator is tricky, but I will try to do a decent job. My favorite person in the world, please don't be mad with me. But filming is a tricky process, especially when we film outdoors. Anyway, today I wanted to film this video and to talk to you why, unfortunately, some gentlemen, few gentlemen, if they hire Diolli.com, end up empty-handed. Very often during the first consultation, gentlemen ask me if there can be a guarantee that they will succeed, or if I can give them some official statistic, what is the percentage of our clients who end up in relationship, engaged and married, and what is the percentage of gentlemen who, for whatever reason, do not find the right partner. And I always honestly tell that, of course, I can't give this guarantee, because my job is to provide our clients with high-quality introductions, but I can't predict or guarantee how the gentleman will act during this date, how the lady will act during this date, how they will react to each other. I can't predict the mindset and the attitude of the gentleman or the lady. But of course, if the matches have been preselected and if you have provided the gentleman with all the dating tips, and if he is actually implementing them into real life, then his chances to succeed increase. And usually when you film outdoors, this is what happens. Like, I'm the only person in the street and he still chooses to pass right behind me. But well, if I don't want that to happen, I have to film in the studio, but I'm filming outdoors. Anyway, why unfortunately some people do not succeed? First of all, they neglect all the dating tips that we provide, and it always upsets the whole team when, for example, myself, I'm giving all these dating tips and advice for months, because usually it takes at least 7-8 weeks for us to approve all the matches with the client, and in between this process, of course, we are talking to a client to get to know him better, and then the manager gives all the dating tips, and when the gentleman travels over and he does the opposite during the dates, because he thinks he knows it all, he knows it better, then of course I can't guarantee the results. Please purse. Sometimes gentlemen do it subconsciously. They are not even thinking that they are ruining their dates, because, for example, they apply dating rules that can work in United States, or dating rules that have worked for them like 20 or 30 years ago when they have been actively dating, and these same traditions they have seriously outdated since then. So of course, if you follow all the dating tips and advice, if you actually implement them into your dating strategy, then chances are high that you will succeed. The second reason why, unfortunately, some men do not succeed with their search is the fact that they have chosen international dating for all the wrong reasons. I have filmed so many videos about right and wrong reasons to choose international dating, but some gentlemen unfortunately still believe that just because he is American, he can travel to Ukraine because he has been to Colombia or to Thailand years ago, and in his opinion, all local women there were so adamant to date him, and they were throwing themselves on him, and they were way younger than he was and hotter, so he has similar expectations about Ukrainian women. And of course, when he travels over, he understands that reality is not same. And this brings us to the third reason, and we are talking about expectations. Sometimes, even though we have discussed it with the client and he has seen the contract, and my managers, they are usually very specific when they go through all the paragraphs, so that both the client and us were on the same page, and he knows what to expect, and he knows his responsibilities, how he is responsible for his results. But even though we were with him on this contract for hours, and he knows the requests regarding the match that we will fulfill, he still thinks that, okay, I will travel over there, and it doesn't matter that we have discussed that my matches will be in their late 40s. I will travel over there and I will convince Diolli to start introducing me to ladies in their early 30s. And it doesn't happen like that, because from the very beginning we are very, very honest and very straightforward with our clients what we will do and what criteria we can fulfill. So if we promise a gentleman and we write it down in the contract that his matches will be in the age group of 45 and up, then just because he has actually landed in Kharkov, in our city, it doesn't magically change the terms of contract, and he can't start demanding dating someone 15 years younger than it is written in the contract. Also, we have seen this scenario quite a few times over the 13 years of doing professional matchmaking, when the gentleman is with us in touch, for example, for 2 years, even for 3 years. He had his first consultation, or even without his first consultation with us, he's talking to our manager, asking some questions for 3 years. He's watching our YouTube videos, and he feels like he knows us. After watching our channel for 3 years, I bet he understands where we stand. I hope he understands where we stand, but reality shows that it is not so. And finally, after watching us for 2 or 3 years, he signs up the contract with us, and we start the matchmaking process after the consultation, of course. And this is where he starts getting this feeling of disappointment. Why? Because he thought that the whole team will become friends with him, that he will talk to us every day, that he will make his suggestions how to improve our matchmaking process, improve our business. Maybe we will even let him become the part of the team and consult some other clients. And when he travels over and he actually has to go out on dates, he is even more disappointed, because dates are not a priority for him. He wants to spend time with the team in the office, and we are always happy to have our clients over, to talk to them, to introduce a client to a team. But you know, there is a limit to that, because we have matches to interview, feedback to get after the dates, and also you can't get too friendly with a client when you are actually working for him, because when our clients hire us, we are actually doing our job for them. And if we do our job thoroughly, and if the client also does his part for at least 90%, then he will get good results. But if we start hanging out with clients, then it won't be a matchmaking service, a professional matchmaking service. It will be like a kids club or something like that. So we had this client who was very disappointed that our team was not hanging out with him, that our psychologist has not invited him to be there during the interviews, that we haven't introduced him to other clients, even though we always tell all our potential clients that when you hire us, this is the process, this is how it will go, the number of matches that we will introduce you to. But for some guys, and we had like 2 or 3 cases over 13 years, meeting the ladies was not a priority. He wanted to make friends. And nowadays, especially like after all the lockdowns, many people feel lonely, especially those who have spent the whole lockdown alone in a big house or an apartment without human touch for like 9 months or for a year. We can understand that. But when you hire a professional matchmaker, when you hire us, you're not hiring us to be your friends. I can honestly tell you that with some couples that we have introduced after we have fulfilled our contract, after we were done with the official part of the business, we are friends now. So when I travel, for example, to New York, I am always meeting with several couples that we have introduced over the years, and I can tell that now they are friends and not ex-clients. But when we are doing the process, we can't just spend time with clients, and we can't let them try to change our process or try to implement new things because he's, for example, a business consultant and he believes he should improve our service. This is impossible. And of course, another reason why unfortunately some gentlemen do not succeed is negative thinking. Sometimes gentlemen, even though they hire a matchmaker, they have this attitude that, oh, love life is just not for me. I'm going to be single because I'm this artistic, very creative person, or I have this very tender, very unique character, and I have this exceptional soul, so it is just impossible for other human beings to understand me, and he travels over to prove that he is right. So even when ladies show attention to him and they show interest on the first date because they have been pre-selected this way so that they can actually choose our client back, he's doing everything to ruin their interest. He is doing the opposite of what we have recommended him because he wants these proofs that he's going to be single forever and women are just not for him and human beings are just not for him because he's so over there, he's so unique. And in Chinese language there is this saying, "Han Liao Bu Ji." I don't know if my Chinese subscribers are watching me, but well, some people just think that they are too creative, too sensual, too kind, too smart, and they just want these proofs that other people just can't get them. And you know what? If they act this way during the dates, of course they get their proofs that other people don't want to be around them. And whom they blame? They blame everyone. The women, because they couldn't understand how fragile and unique his ideas, his character is. The matchmaker and the team, because we also didn't manage to get him. Like all people on this planet are unable to understand him because he is so special. Guys, if you believe that you are not going to fall for one of these groups and you don't think that you are better than everyone around you and you don't want to get proofs that love is not real and all women are evil, and if you choose international dating because you like traveling, you like learning and exploring new cultures, new languages, and you find it extremely romantic, if you're actually able to not only get dating tips but also to follow them and to implement them into your dating life, if you understand that you are paying us not just for introductions but also for our experience that we are sharing with you, and you actually will use all these tools that we are willing to share with you, then I believe if you have realistic expectations regarding your matches, you will do just fine. International dating is not for everyone. It is truly unique. It is romantic, and you have to be truly open-minded, curious about life and romance to choose it. I love traveling, I love learning foreign languages, I love meeting people who represent other cultures and countries. So these are the reasons why I have decided to start an international matchmaking company and not just to introduce singles locally, even though we do some local matchmaking as well. Guys, I hope it was useful for you and you are not too distracted with the pedestrians, and this is the main square in Tallinn, Estonia, and I will see you in the next video. With love, Svetlana Mukha, especially for Diolli.com.